The goal of this video series is to give you, the aspiring Ken player, consistent Oki options off all of his most common knockdowns and combo routes. Now, for a good Oki setup, we want to achieve the following. Want to beat wake-up throws, beat wake-up mashing, beat wake-up jumps, beat wake-up drive impact, and we want to make sure that it works if they recover backwards or in place. Oki setups are usually constructed out of two parts, the frame kill and the meaty. The frame kill is a move that we do in order to adjust our timing so that the next action hits meaty. This is usually a whiffed button, a dash, or a jump. Some setups don't have a frame kill. Meaty traditionally means that it hits on the first possible active frame. Now in some cases, these setups will hit on the first possible actionable frame, meaning that it will hit on frame 2 to 3 before the opponent can take an action besides wake up reversal or wake up parry, which is actually pretty decent in Street Fighter 6 because it avoids being perfect parried on wake up. Now, as a final note, there are way more Oki options than the one that I'm showing here. This is meant to be a jumping off point covering the most useful, stable options that Ken has. For a more comprehensive list, please take a look at my Ken notes linked in the description below. So, with all that being said, let's get started. First off is one of his most useful setups from target combo into enhanced Tatsu. This gives you an overhead that can combo straight into 5 MP again, and leaves you only -1 if it's blocked. This is a big part of what makes Ken's command run on Knockdown scary, and how you can bait reversals later by canceling the run instead of going for the overhead. The double dash forward after enhanced Tatsu is one of Ken's most flexible Oki choices since it leaves you +5 in their face, basically letting you meaty, throw, backdash, or do whatever you want really. The timing on both of these Oki choices can be a little strict at first, so make sure you set your training dummy to mash, jump, or throw on wake up and get the timing down. After target combo into enhanced DP, the drive rush into 5 heavy punch is auto-timed, allowing for good Oki when going for the more damaging combo ender over Run Tatsu. If you've already got them close to the corner, this is what you want to do. This will lose to wake up parry, however, so make sure to mix up your drive rush options with 5 HP or drive rush into throw if your opponent likes to parry on wake up. Ending your combo with Run Dragonlash instead of going into the DP like everyone enjoys gives you the chance to get a safe jump with Ken mid-screen. This means that when you go for the jump light kick, if done correctly, you'll either hit them while they're mashing, jabbing, or jumping, and you'll recover in time to block if they go for a reversal or super. This one is incredibly strong. Now, similar to the one-off Run Tatsu that we just learned, but with one less frame, you can only combo into crouching light punch here. If they recover in place, you can go from there into target combo, but if they recover backwards, you'll want to do a light combo ending in DP, because the 5 MP will whiff. So you are +4 on hit, so you've got time to walk forward and go for a throw, or back up and press 5 HP, or any other kind of neutral reset situation where you have a bit of advantage. Okay, so the reason this one is in red is because it's not perfect. It's manually timed. You can still get drive rush 5 HP here, but you need to delay it by 3 to 4 frames or so, because if you do it automatically where it's auto-timed, you're going to whiff, you could be thrown out of it, you could be mashed out of it, you could be jumped over, all these things. So this does technically work, but you need to put in a manual delay here. While this combo is the one that most Ken players seem to learn first, once you get the setups down for the others, I only really recommend doing this if you 100% need the side switch. So it's rare that you're going to be poking with sweep instead of crouch medium kick, but in the event that you get a regular hit knockdown for sweep, this is your go-to Oki. Forward dash heavy punch lets you go into crouching medium punch afterwards, which can then be canceled into M Tatsu, which is your most consistent option without using drive rush here. On block, with it being +1, means you've got some flexibility in going for pokes or with punishing afterwards or whatever you like to do. Alright. Next up is sweep, but the punish counter versions, which have way more knockdown frames, letting us do some really cool things. The first one is a little wild, but has some interesting uses. If you're close to the opponent, it will side switch, and if you're further out, you'll still be +1 on top of them. The only thing that meaties here is crouching light punch, so try to throw will end up losing to mashes. And it's fairly easy to mess up because you have to be frame perfect on the Tatsu after sweep ends, but this is really cool, and I do encourage the use of it. All right, the next setup's a lot easier and really fun to do. This setup lets you Dragonlash, which, as we all know, is the best thing ever. It will lose to standing jabs, but will also counter-hit almost any crouching normal, throws, and hit jumps out of the sky. On block, you can go into normal Dragonlash pressure, and the best thing is that it's also DI safe. You know how much people love to DI Dragonlash, so, you know, it's good stuff. So I remember somebody sharing on Twitter this like Unga Bunga Oki thing for Luke. Turns out Ken's got that too, so if you want to look a little crazy, you can just sweep again after your first sweep and then do your 5 HP. It works. It's actually really good. So, you know, go be crazy. All right, so forward throw mid-screen doesn't provide a lot of options, but it does consistently let you drive rush into 5 HP. Just the fact that you're likely going to be doing more meter damage than you spend to set this up makes it a really good choice if you get forward throw instead of back throw by accident. For back throw, by the way, you don't really get anything mid-screen. Sorry, folks. So M-Tatsu is an interesting combo ender because it only ever is really used for corner carries off of something strange that you don't want to drive rush cancel, like crouch medium punch or crouch medium kick. So M-Tatsu, when you need it, is really the best option because it combos consistently, it has really good corner carry, and it provides a lot of knockdown time. So dash twice is the simplest and most effective choice here, ensuring you get to keep your turn and keep pushing them to the corner where they belong. And finally, for EX reversal DP, ODDP, sometimes you just gotta DP out, and when you do, Drive Rush 5 HP has your back. Now, it's just like the other one off of Dragonlash HPP, but basically you have to delay it a bit in order to properly reach the opponent. When it does, you'll enjoy similar benefits of 5 HP and other Drive Rush setups. Just know that you can whiff this. You can press the button early and not reach the opponent, so, you know, your mileage may vary. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'm going to be trying to put together another video that focuses on Ken's Oki in the corner, and then we might do another one about supers after that. If you like this video, hit the like button. You know, subscribe and all that. It helps out a ton to help other Ken players find this resource. And if you want more Oki setups right now and other things that I have written down, do check in the description below for my Ken notes. And join the Super Combo Discord because the people there are awesome and helpful and have helped me kind of put a lot of this together and fact check and all that good stuff since the game has come out. Good luck on the rank grind, and I'll see y'all next time.